Green Dragon Mystic, where we discuss real metaphysical and occult content so you can manifest real and tangible results in your life. And we try to have a little fun doing it most of the time. Either that or I just act like a fool. Either way. But we do actually manage to learn some stuff on here that can help us. And today we're going to be talking about the magical properties of wine. Yes. So recently I did a video on the magical properties of beer in our Kitchen Witch series. And I got to admit, I got a lot better feedback on that than I thought. It was really fun. However, I also got plenty of emails asking Drake, what about wine? I am a wine drinker. I am a wine connoisseur. I don't make it through my day without my wine. And I'm going to be honest, most of those emails were from the ladies. And I understand that. I respect that. I do. In fact, my mom, my own mother, is definitely someone who enjoys her wine. And I would like to dedicate this particular video to her because she enjoys her cups of coffee with me, but she's definitely a coffee in the morning, wine in the afternoon kind of girl. And that's okay. Now, I'm still on my 6-month challenge here. So can't sit here and sip a glass of wine with you while you watch it. But if you would like to go grab you a glass of wine and pause this and go sip it while we go through the magical properties of wine, by all means, feel free. Enjoy your wine and drink responsibly, of course. Okay, now let's go ahead and pull up our notes here because I got so much going on in a day, I can't remember which way is left and right anymore. All right, so magical properties of wine. We're going to cover the associations, and then we may consider talking about them a little bit. So magical associations or magical properties of wine, depending on how you want to phrase it, is air, health, success, prosperity, passion, lust, love, contentment, fertility, and independence. Okay, this is quite a bigger list than beer, I happen to notice. I think wine gets a bit more attention for fancy things. I'll admit, the association with air, I don't know if I get it. I don't. One individual I was speaking to said the association for air comes from the fact that a lot of people look at wine as kind of a bit more sophisticated beverage, and usually a beverage of those who were scholarly or learned back in the days. And if you're going to go that way with air's association to knowledge and the mind, I get it. I do. I really do. I'm iffy on that one. I am. I get it, and I'm going to go with it. I'm not going to, bicker and argue, but I get it. Health. Well, I'll be honest. Ever since I can remember way back when, I have been told since I was a wee little Drake, only 5'5". Not kidding. I actual small. I have been told there is some health benefits to a glass of wine a day. Usually red wine, I believe gets the biggest news or press on this. So they're for health and magic and its health associations. I get it. I really do. Success. This one I'm not surprised about. Culturally speaking, like my buddy said about the air association, and even today, wine is generally viewed as the more expensive or uppity drink, as I've heard some people call it. However, that depends on the bottle you buy. I don't know about you, but I ain't buying no $300 bottle of wine. I don't buy a $30 bottle of wine most of the time. If me and my wife want to enjoy wine, we usually we cap out at 20 or under bucks. In fact, most of the wine me and my wife enjoys is on the sweeter ends, and they tend to be cheaper. And even the reds I enjoy that are a bit more tart and have some tannin flavors to them that my wife doesn't enjoy, they're still in the $15 range usually. I don't drink expensive anything particularly. And to be truthful, I kind of like port. I know port's fallen out of fashion. A lot of people, it's starting to come back as a drink. Most people just use it to cook. But you can get a big, like a liter of port for $15. And both me and my wife enjoy port, which is a fortified wine. So port would fall into this category as well. I do enjoy port. And my wife she can't believe she ain't tried it before when I introduced her to it. So she's a port drinker too. In wine, she does like the fruitier ones, like the Moscatos and stuff. So success, I see its meaning there. It does have that kind of look to it. It has always been wineries and vineyards have always been lucrative business ventures, and so I can see its label of success there. And it was more celebratory and success related. You might have beer daily, but then wine would be the special occasion. So I could see that. The next association, prosperity, ties right back into the same thing with success. You get a raise, you're celebrating. Wine is there. Also, wine is, again, you're falling into that bounty of the earth, the bounty of the harvest, the abundance of celebration. Very much there. So you're getting a large abundance of prosperity. Makes a lot of sense to me personally. Passion, lust, and love. I think we can just run these three together. All right. We go to a fancy dinner. We don't say beer and dine, do we? We don't say tequila and dine, although that don't sound bad. We don't say meat and dine. We say wine and dine. And now that I said that out loud, anybody Gen Xer, stop. We're not going to repeat what we used to say. But it's wine and dine. You go out, you order a nice bottle of wine, you have a fancy dinner. That's what you do when you're dating. Growing up, there was even a song, Strawberry, or was it Strawberry Wine? Yeah, Strawberry Wine, and I think the other one was Dust on the Bottle, which I still to this day like the song and the meaning behind it. But love and passion has always been associated with wine. And I think this largely comes from that deep red wine color, or the pinks even, viewed as that color of love and passion, as well as that sophistication that you're doing something special for this individual when you take them out. There's a lot of cultural things that could be debated and talked about here, and we ain't got time to cover them all. But definitely these are things that have been talked about. Now I will want to go a little bit on this whole lust category. Lust is lust. Lust could probably just come from the inebriatory factors, in which I recommend responsible drinking. If you are going out, you're meeting somebody on a first, second, or third date, watch what you're drinking. Stay safe. Keep yourself safe. People do dumb stuff all the time. Don't be stupid. Sip your beverage. Stay inside your limits so you're always cognitively aware of your actions. Very important, I personally think. So I see that. Contentment. This one I think of my mom. I really do. Hands down. This one makes me think of my mom. My mom is a very, very happy individual where she's at in life. She doesn't do a lot. If you see my mom, if you met her and you found her day-to-day routine, you'd probably think that's boring. But for her, she is very happily content with her children, her grandchildren, and the ability to putt around her house, do what she does, do her few hobbies, and sit down on the porch at night with a glass of wine and unwind and relax with her little dog. And to me, that's beautiful. That is, to reach that point of happiness and contentment in life. That's my goal. That's my goal, people. That really is my goal. So I actually get this. And you see this a lot in a lot of cultures. I know several Italian families, that ability to sit down, relax, and sip on a little bit of wine in the evening, or just the contentment of time with the family, having a glass of wine with dinner as you get to spend that time together. I get it. I see the association, and personally, I think the ritual, the act of being able to sit, relax, and enjoy your time in and of itself is a beautiful thing. Whether you drink wine or not, enjoy that contentment with coffee, beer, water. I don't care. I do see why wine gets that one though. Fertility and independence. Again, fertility comes from the abundance of the land, the fertility of the land. Took very, very fertile soil. Grapes can be very finicky. So I do understand the fertility there. Independence. This one, I have to go again to reach out to other people I spoke with, and they said that in their mind, wine drinkers do tend to be a bit more independent. They tend to keep to themselves a bit more. They enjoy their privacy, those kinds of things traditionally. However, this day and age, we are seeing more and more people gathering in numbers with wine and celebrations and stuff like that. But they do still seem to have a free thinking, independent spirit in general. That's their take on it. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. This one's a little hard for me either way, but I do think that that could definitely be applied here. Now, as to applying it in your practice, whether you're cooking with it, whether you're using it as an offering to an entity for any of these things, you know, if you're wanting to request prosperity in your life from an entity, wine's going to double up as both a component and an offering there when you do it. Cooking with it, you can add any of these things to your cooking. A lot of people do love to cook with wines. I don't really cook with wine as much these days. In fact, I'm having a hard time thinking of what I've put wine in the past. Usually it's sauces though, usually sauces for me. Otherwise I just sip on it. I really do. I just sip on it with my dinner. So yeah. But you can easily apply this while they're making a sauce. You can look up wine cocktails or just drink it. And if you just want to drink it, you can actually focus your energy and your intent on that thing you're wanting to bring for prosperity. You could actually charge a bottle of wine specifically for prosperity. Even make a sigil for prosperity, place it on the bottle. So you charge the sigil and the wine bottle itself. And every day when you come home, you could have 1 cup of that wine, 1 glass of wine, and sip on it and focus on you having that prosperity and imbibing that wine. Creates a nice little week-long ritual that 1 bottle of wine can get you through. Very easy peasy. That's probably my favorite way to utilize wine in Magick, is to enchant the contents of the bottle and having that 1 glass through the week per day. That's just my window on the world for that one. That's how I would personally do it if I wasn't using it to cook. All right. Anyways, I hope you found this interesting. If you do enjoy using wine in your practice, do me a favor and let me know how you use wine in your practice. And much like the beer video, if you have a favorite style wine or type of wine, drop it below. Let me know. I'd be interested to take a look. Might even try a few of them. All right. Of course, that's after the 6-month challenge because I still can't have any alcohol at the time. But I'm not missing it yet. I'm actually having a lot of fun with this. So until next time, I'm Drake. This has been Working Dragon Mystic. Take care. Goodbye.